and then the other two stand by this one, okay? So,
Max will hold this one.
okay, so you and Maxon, you guys stand here, and you'll hold this one.
The Lord be with you. Let me turn it up a little, just a little bit. Well, good morning. I want to invite you to make your way to your seat. I'm so glad to have you in worship with us today. If you're joining us online, my name is Matthew Wilkie. I serve as the pastor here at Tonganoxie United Methodist Church. You're so chatty today. Well, don't worry. We're going to have the passing of the peace. You'll get to greet your neighbor. I know you're excited because it's Christmassy. And look at all the beautiful trees. It just feels like Christmas. Do you feel the Christmas? Oh, okay. I thought you did. I hope so. I just want to let you know, speaking of Christmas, on Tuesday, we're having our Christmas Eve services. So I want to invite you. This is also a wonderful time to invite a friend or a neighbor or maybe a family member, someone that you care about, or maybe someone that you think could just really use some Christmas this year. We're going to have 3 different services. Our 4 o'clock service is our traditional service. We're going to be having a choir singing. It'll be a beautiful, beautiful service. Our 7 o'clock is our contemporary service. I know we always have some awesome electric guitar stuff going on. Then at 11 o'clock, this is my personal favorite of all. This is it ends at midnight, and it's our chapel service by candlelight. And so it's a beautiful time. I hope that you'll consider joining us for one of our Christmas Eve services and bring a loved one to participate. I also want to just take a quick moment to say thank you. Last Sunday, we had an all-church conference. This was a conference to vote about the coming year and the plans of the coming year, and we voted unanimously at the gathering to proceed with renovation work. So I just want to say thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, it's exciting. It's good stuff. At this time, I want to invite you now to stand up, greet your neighbor, and welcome one another with the peace of Christ today.
Let's join in worship today. This is It Came Upon a Midnight Clear. It came upon a midnight clear, that glorious song of old, from angels bending near the earth to touch their harps of gold. Peace on the earth, goodwill to men, from heaven's still our heavenly music flows for all the weary world. Above its sad and lonely plains, they bend on hovering wings, and ever over its babel sounds the blessed angels sing. For lo, the days are hastening on by prophets seen of you, when with the ever-circling years shall come with time foretold, when peace shall overflow the earth, its ancient splendor gleam, and the whole world gives to song, which now the angels sing. Amen. Please remain standing as we sing. Infant holy, infant lowly. Infant holy, infant lowly, for his head a cattle stole. Oxen lowing, little knowing, Christ the babe is Lord of all. Swift are winging, angels singing, Noah's ringing, tidings bringing, Christ the babe is Lord of all. Flocks were sleeping, shepherds keeping vigil till the morning new. Saw the glory, heard the story, tidings of a gospel true. Thus rejoicing, free from sorrow, praises voicing, greet the morrow. Christ the babe was born for you. Amen. Please be seated.
Ever since the Spirit hovered over the waters, even before the world was formed from the void.
It was there.
Before God gathered up the red clay of Eden and shaped Adam from the ground.
It was there.
Before God named that Spirit, breathed life into lungs of a man.
It was there.
And before God brought forth Eve from Adam's rib, because it was not right or good for him to be alone.
It was there.
The love of God precedes everything we can ever know.
For God is eternal and God is love.
When Abram was called from his father's house to become a great nation through which the world would be blessed.
The love of God called him into the promise.
When Sarah, through barren, was 90 years old, she gave birth to the promised child.
It was the love of God that produced the miracle.
When the nation of Israel was chased down by the Egyptian Pharaoh.
Men, women, and children pushed to the shore of the Red Sea.
The chains of their slavery only just loosed.
The fate of each family suddenly on the brink.
The love of God brought miraculous deliverance.
And they passed through the sea on dry ground.
When David fought Goliath.
And as kings strummed up the strings to sing his psalms.
When he danced and worshiped before the Ark of the Covenant to praise the name of God.
It was the love of God that strengthened his hands and moved his feet.
And so it was with Moses on the mountain when he received the law.
For Rahab hiding in the walls of Jericho spared from death as the walls crumbled down.
Eli in the widow's home when the jars of oil did not run dry during the terrible drought.
Or for Daniel in the lion's den when he was thrown because of obedience to God.
Our God, who is love, moved and changed the realities of these women and men.
It was the same love that moved in Mary's heart when she said yes to the plan of God.
As the Apostle Paul would later write, love believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things.
And it was the love of God that empowered Mary to believe in God and trust him in his wisdom to bring the Messiah into the world through the womb of an unmarried teen.
The love of God was born.
The love of God was born in human flesh in the person of Jesus Christ.
God who is patient, God who is kind, God who is not self-solving or easily angered.
God who rejoices in the truth and who bears all things, hopes all things, endures all things.
On that first Christmas,
The invisible was made visible.
Jesus was born into the world to embody the love of God.
As we light the Advent candle, we remember that God is love.
the love of God was shown once and for all when he gave his one and only Son.
The love of God is for everyone and was sent into the world.
The love of God is on display through the life, death, and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
The love of God is for each of us and can never be taken away.
Good morning. We're the Sunstroms.
Today is the fourth Sunday in the season of Advent, and it means coming. And in this season, we prepare for the coming of Christ. We light the candles on the Advent wreath to remind us of the blessings that Christ brings to the world.
The Advent wreath includes many symbols. The wreath is in the circle with no beginning and no ending. This reminds us that there is no beginning and no ending to God, and that God's love and caring for us never ends. The green branches are a sign of the ever new life.
The candles tell us of the light shining into the world with Jesus Christ. The colors of the Advent candles remind us of our need for God's help to be the people we should be. The white candle, which we light on Christmas Eve, signifies the birth of Jesus.